Hi guys, Rando Gamer here with the next session of Souls of Steel. This is session 29. 29 is going to be a weird one, just based off of the table's availability. It was kind of an even split on which weekend worked best, so we ended up effectively running two sessions. So this will be session 29, part A, and here a little bit later you'll get 29 part B, probably right before session 30 is actually going to happen in August. Um, but during this session, pretty good combat session here. Another shift for the party, and one of the first combat sessions that really pushes the group to the brink, and having to think outside the box and kind of coordinate and realizing some weaknesses they may have as a group, driving some more RP conversations towards the tail end of the session. But a very interesting session as far as that combat's concerned, and kind of opening the eyes to like maybe needing to be a little bit more prepared for what's going on here in Nocturne. But if you like the session, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to stay up to date of all my content, make sure to hit the subscribe. But without further ado, here is session 29, part A of Souls of Steel.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. This is session 29. We're going to call it part A of session 29 since I'm going to run another one next week with at least a couple more players. Um, in our last session, it was almost exclusively combat. Uh, the party was out on their shift, and three Orokorons had came in attacking the party. Um, it was, as far as like PCs were concerned, it was just Raya and T. The rest of their team was comprised of the NPCs, specifically Rejuvenor, Agnes, was it Hargrove, and Devil's Charm, or not Devil's Charm, Grim Reaper Tides were out there. Um, Combat itself was like it got a little dicey here and there, mostly with Grim Reaper Tides. He got down pretty low, and seemed to the PTSD started to kick in, really started locking him up where he wasn't able to consistently hit targets anymore, which caused T to kind of go more into his X persona and kind of provide covering fire for um, Grim Reaper Tides, but it meant that he was basically going full. If you see the GIF in the chat, he had like the rib jaws where his whole like jaw like dislodged, and he was literally biting into the creatures, fighting them off in melee combat. Uh, this was one of the few times where Raya was having some decent um, success with her weapons. I think managing to kill at least one of them, but consistently putting out damage. Um, After a decently hard-fought battle, they were able to push back the Orokorons, and finish out their shift relatively in ease. There wasn't anything on the second half of their shift. Um, when they had made it back to the ship, though, uh, T had met up with the crew of the Conquistador, trying to kind of like get them in the right mindset and preparing themselves for the incoming battles. Basically, just saying it's probably going to get worse, so that they're going to need to really buckle down and focus. And he basically started his impromptu sort of like training regimen with them. After this, he had met up with Raya, um, and they basically get into a long conversation about his Karen form, uh, specifically the difference between his ex persona and him, where he kind of reveals what he had learned on Absalon Station of needing to go on like a pilgrimage to fix his problem. But Raya is kind of calling him out of like bringing up leaving the group to go on this pilgrimage, whenever other things that are more important still need to happen. Swarm and the inner circle specifically. Um, there's a little bit of concern from T where he's worried about being able to protect everybody if he's not fully in control. Uh, and it's kind of at odds with Raya's perspective of like, until we can handle this big threat, we can't sacrifice losing you, sort of thing, which kind of put both of them at odds with T basically saying that he will try and solve his problem on his own without abandoning the party. Um, but ultimately, it's the conflict between the two wasn't overly resolved. It was kind of left up in the air that they're still on two diverging ideals on how to move forward. This pushes Riot to do some additional research on T, specifically with his transformation after he had left, um, and looking up some stuff on her home world. She does learn that the Karen form usually does not create a separate entity, but in rare instances like T's, it basically is tied to a personality flaw, and the pilgrimage varies from person to person on how they resolve it. There are options to take like drugs to kind of like inhibit the personality. Basically, in real life, like if you have multiple personality disorder, you could like work through it and come to terms with your other personalities and basically come to a consensus on okay, they're part of me and accepting that, or you could take drugs to kind of like push that personality down. And so she's basically come to all the different options that are at the table, but this was after the conversation with T had ended, so he's not privy to her kind of doing additional research after the fact. Good evening, T. We just got done with the recap. There wasn't a whole lot. The big thing was the combat encounter, and then your conversation with Raya, specifically on the kind of diverging philosophy on the priority of your pilgrimage. Um, and we were basically just picking up right there. So you guys are currently in sort of the downtime between your shifts. So you guys have about a day and a half before your next shift starts. So if there's any RP that you want inside the compound um, before going on your next shift, that's kind of where we're at. Any questions?
I don't think so. Just precursor, my voice is not exactly there tonight. But push it through.
No worries, dude. Okay, I will hand it over to you guys. Like I said, you guys have about a day and a half before your next shift. We basically left off the evening of coming off your shift, where you met back up with the rest of the group.
Okay. Get my character sheet pulled up. So right now, we're off shift. We're waiting for the next one to go on. Let's see here.
As far as side stuff that I have, as far as notes, the only thing that you guys had been consistently or inconsistently like touching base on was potentially trying to sabotage the other ships in the yard. There was kind of a plot line where you had discovered that if you were to take out an inner circle member, aka Ronan Steele, here in the shipyards was probably the easiest place to do it because he never walks around with any sort of bodyguards. But outside of that, you guys haven't really established, specifically you three haven't established any other side plots that you've been pursuing while you've been on Archer.
Yeah, I think T is just going to chill with the boys and kind of be with them in this super stressful time. Try to have some drink, smoke some cigars, try to relax about it.
Some cigars. I like how that's your description.
No, like I stole some cigars from Absalon Station.
Oh, that's right.
Fuck,
I forgot.
That's all the way back to like I think session 1 of the entire campaign, because you guys got that one dude to leave his fucking cabin, and like you raided his little room down there in the spire.
That was a long time, dog.
It isn't spoke of very often.
No, that's I don't know. I guess hang out and probably hit the gym and trained and stuff.
Okay. Is there anything
Shooting
specific
range.
you're wanting to train on? I know you've done some in the past.
Yeah, I think it was
You were working
like
on
athletics.
your survival skill.
Oh, I did do that once. I didn't write that down.
So what I've got in my notes is you need 3 more successful sessions to improve your survivor skill, which I know was in preparation for Octurne specifically. You were trying to prepare yourself for the climate.
Yeah.
Not saying you can't train on something else. That's just one that you have trained in the past.
Sure, I'll like that. Yeah, we might as well just go with survival.
Okay.
I'll like have a kind of a side quest of just talking to people, of like just random people around the area, and like what has been like helpful for them, and like asking about like the creatures and just getting information. And I don't know if there's much hands-on I can do outside of the.
Oh, no. What you just described is perfect. Go ahead and give me a
Yeah.
survival roll. As you're kind of like, during your downtime, meeting up with the other sort of mercenaries that have been hired here at the compound, the general consensus is the climate, obviously, is just not good for sane individuals. What was your roll there?
20.
Oh,
30, 20.
30, 20, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
the more you talk with people, it's becoming very, very clear that the key takeaway is really decompressing after each shift and
Interesting.
trying to isolate yourself from the environment itself as much as possible, which you guys going back to your ship is a good method for that, because you're not seeing the sort of like illusionary sort of shifting on the planet. As far as the creatures themselves, you guys have encountered a decent amount of them, but you do get a little bit more topics on a couple others that you haven't encountered. The big one being the Olguth, which is like this water-based creature. It looks sort of like an angular fish with like thousands of razor-sharp teeth.
Oh.
They don't come super often up to the gate, but when they do, they are a pretty beefy target. And the other ones, there's a variation on the oozes, specifically a plague ooze, which has a lot of like poison type damage associated with it, and potentially putting you on a disease track if you come into contact with it.
Excellent.
But overall, you feel like you're moving right along, because that was 5 higher than the DC. You're down to only 1 more successful training session on survival to get a +1 boost into that.
Yay.
Okay, Riot,
Alright.
anything for you?
I was kind of going through my inventory to see if there's anything I wanted, but I don't really see anything. I don't know. I was going back through my notes. I kind of already did my research. I don't really want to go against the government without what's his name here?
John?
So I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of hang out, I guess. I'm still kind of mad at T, so I'm probably just gonna stick in places where he's not. Yeah. I guess just wait for our next. Can we go shopping or anything? We're kind of just on the ship, right?
You're on the ship. You could do some perusing here on the military installation, but you guys have kind of been warned that once you got to the shipyards, your potential...
We're stuck there, right?
I mean, you could probably ask for a leave of absence, but because you guys are on such a strict rotation as far as shifts, there's a potential of losing out on the payout for completing your guys' duty out here. Plus,
Okay.
you would have to go to a nearby planet. Octurne isn't settled per se by actual people. The
Okay.
leaders and primary populace of Octurne are folks like the Ichor King, who don't necessarily have a need for weapons. If you'd like, you could peruse to see if there's something in the armory that you really, really want. But any like large variety of stuff would have been back in settled space.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out, kind of wait for the shift to start. There's really nothing in particular. I already did my research. I already confronted T. So I guess since Ali, did you say you're going to like the range or something? So I guess I'll just join Ali. I'm gonna feel pretty confident in my fighting skills since I did so good on my last battle.
Yeah.
That I will. Oh, and since I'm avoiding T as well, I guess I'll just go hang out. I'll go hang out with Ali at the range.
Yeah.
And see what he's up to.
Yeah, so how the holodeck is kind of like some of this one looks similar to like a gun range, but it's instead of like the pop-up target, like paper targets, it has like actual holographic enemies that will pop up, and then it will like, if you hit the target, it will fade out and will give you like a plus counter on like how well you targeted said creature. Elite has programmed it to focus on creatures known to exist here on Octurne, so it's kind of like prepping you guys for what you've seen so far, and at least giving you some practice with these creatures without necessarily having to experience the extra effects that they may have, such as like the fear, blinding effects that you know some of them have.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
What a good time. Elite's so smart.
I know, right?
Good job, Elite.
Okay. There's nothing else for RP at the moment. You guys will make your way out to your next shift. Who would like to acquire the Lightcaster for this bout? If you recall, the Lightcaster is the big heavy weapon in case you encounter the Breervath, which is the creature that feeds on light.
How heavy is this weapon? I'll probably take it. I'm in power armor.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're probably the only one that's proficient with this class of weapon. But in case someone else...
Yeah, probably.
If you go to your inventory and search for it, it should just be called the Lightcaster. It is a homebrew weapon.
Oh, it's in the...
The Lightcaster is a little misleading. It's heavy.
I can't remember if you were here for that session or not, Elite, but that one's the one where it shoots canisters and it basically explodes into a plume of light.
Alright. That's sick. Yeah, I'll take it.
Let me know if you have any issues with being able to pull it up.
I don't know if I can find it. It may be because I'm done, but that's alright. I see an option for shared, which I thought was where I saw some other stuff before.
Oh, I could put it back in there. I think someone already picked it up from there. If not, it is an available homebrew weapon, so if you go to your like actual edit and go to your inventory there, you should be able to find it that way. And just add it to your inventory.
Oh, I see it. Well, I see it in one thing. What the heck?
There is currently 15 shots left in this weapon. So it is limited as far as what ammunition is available. You guys have learned that it's like 50,000 credits per canister, which is
Like
why it's
like canister brilliant.
yes.
I see it in the homebrew section. I don't know how to.
Was it not?
Oh, I'm dumb. It's okay.
Okay, I didn't
I'm
say.
smart. I'm smart. I'm smart. I swear. There it is.
Perfect.
Add to inventory. First try. All right. All right, we're good now. We're good.
Perfect. So Elite has picked up the weapon. You guys have made it out there. What crew members would you like to have with you?
I don't really know who people
guys
are.
have
I'm not gonna lie.
Consistently been making sure you have at least 5 to 6 members. Your last outing, you took Agnes, Grim Reaper Tides, and Rejuvenor.
We'll pull in 2 or 3 other members of the free captains.
In trading out or in addition to?
Trading out. We'll give Grim Reaper Tide a little bit of a break. He had a little bit of a rough time last time.
Do you want Fuming Zeph then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got Fuming Zeph, who is the I'm trying to remember what species he is. I think he's a Thray.
That sounds right.
Who else did you want?
Let's see here.
Your options as far as crew, let me pull it up so that I'm just talking.
I thought I had them written down. 1 second. If you pull them first, just go ahead. I'll just write them down. I thought I had them written down somewhere.
You probably do. Okay. So your current crew on board is Agnes, Philomeno, Fuming Zeph. He's the species that I can't pronounce for shit. But he's a Solarian. Hargrove, Devil's Charm, who's a Lashunta. Envoy, Lashunta. Grim Reaper Tides, who we're swapping out. Rejuvenor, who is a Technomancer. And Tuske, who is a Nanocyte. As far as like your free captain's crew, it would be between Fuming Zeph, Hargrove, or Grim Reaper Tides. But as far as NPC options, you also have Agnes and Tuske thrown in there.
Let's bring Hargrove and Philomeno Fleming Zeth.
Yeah, what he said.
That puts us at 5.
Yeah. So you could have Rejuvenor or Agnes or Tuske for that other slot. Or you could go with just 5. It's kind of your preference.
I'd say at least bring Agnes just in case. Or Rejuvenor.
Yeah, let's bring Rejuvenor.
Because is he at full health now or anything?
Yeah,
I don't think
everybody should be full health at this point.
Okay.
You guys have had effectively 2 days downtime. Okay. As your guys' shift begins, Your first 6 hours are pretty uneventful. There's not much going on unless there's some specific RP that you were liking to do during this first part of your shift.
I think T is gonna take a little bit more of a serious approach. He's not really gonna interact much and just be super focused on trying to see what he can find out there. Just focused on light perception.
Okay. Anything for anything else?
I'm probably gonna do the same, kind of be a little bit more spaced out. And still riding the high from the last fight. I'm gonna not only have the bandana on my head, but now I'm gonna tie another bandana on my arm just to make myself feel better. I'm like more of a badass. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of just stand a little bit taller and keep my eye out, make sure that there's not much going on.
Okay. Anything from you there, Elite?
Elite will be his normal self and not talk to anybody and be.
He's just here for a good time. He's just happy he got chosen.
He's just waiting for violence, man. It'll be a little sad if it doesn't come, so.
Okay. As you guys get into your second part of your shift here. As you start looking out on the horizon, you can see a couple of those creatures you've kind of been warned about, Elite, making their way up towards you guys. These are those water-bound creatures with the razor-sharp teeth. The
A lot of teeth.
Let me pull up a image of it.
Oh boy.
So
He's
So
so
cute.
so if you guys would like to head over to Roll20, I'm going to get the rest of the map set up, and it sounds like my wife made it back from urgent care, so I'm going to check on her, and then we'll get into actual combat from there.
Sounds good.
Okay, now that I've derailed the entire group on Lorcana for a minute here, go ahead and roll me initiative. You guys should have control. It looked like everybody tested and made sure. You guys can see that approximately, what is that, 60 feet out from you guys are two of these.
Oh, that's nice.
So they just came inside the light/air barrier that you guys have. So if you remember, there's a bubble around the entire compound that's about 65 feet or 60 feet out that provides good air, basically removing all the hallucinogenic properties of the environment here on Nocturne, as well as providing bright light up to that point. Outside of that, it becomes basically darkness, as well as having the unnatural air of Nocturne. But we'll get rolling through my initiatives here too.
I rolled an 8.
Better than me.
Hey.
Really?
Be rough. I got 6.
not the worst that's been built.
That's good. I'll take it.
All right, what'd you get there, T?
19.
19.
Dang.
I've got a +6.
Oh yeah, because you took with the boosted initiative.
Yeah, that was like the first feat I took.
Okay, so our initiative is going to be Filomeno, followed by T, then Hargrove, then the left Olga, then Raya, then Elite, then Rejuvenor, and then finishing off with the other Olga. Okay. So starting off, Filomeno is going to activate his solar armor, which gives him a slight boost to his EAC and KAC. And he is going to take a defensive stance behind the pillar, since his primary weapon is a melee weapon, which will bring us to your team.
Okay, so they've entered into the field. What is their... Do they look like they're aggressive, or...
As best as you can tell, they look aggressive. If you... I would say it's only a bonus action. If you'd like to roll a sense motive, you could. Or I guess it would be a move action.
No, I'm going to hold my action for when they charge in, and my trigger, is if they, the trigger is if they charge in, and if they do, I'll use Karen form.
Okay. What would be your definition of charging in? Just moving closer to the group, or specifically taking like the dash action?
Advancing towards us.
Okay. Okay, that will bring us to Hargrove. Hargrove, kind of following your lead, is going to primarily take a defensive action. And basically hold his action to fire at following your command, which will bring us to the first Olgoth, which I said was the left one. Which will move forward a little bit here, which I know will trigger both you guys. Doesn't have a huge land speed, so it's going to move about 10 feet forward.
Yeah, T pops into Terran form. It's starting to become a more seamless transition. It's not as disruptive. It's just more. Maybe it's not as immediate, but his posture doesn't change.
Okay. Following your transition to Karen form, Hargrove is going to make that attack with his extrusion rifle. 5 to hit with bludgeoning, which just barely hits this creature. But it will take 9 bludgeoning damage. That will bring us to Ryan.
So I'm going to How far do the grenades go?
You would
I'm
have to
trying to
look. So it should
find-
have a range and then a blast radius associated with them. So if I pull up your sheet, I should be able to see that.
It just says
Typically, they're like
on the one that I have, it doesn't have a range. It just says one standard action. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Oh, it has a 20-foot range, deals 1d4. Yeah, go ask Daddy, okay?
So yeah, 20-foot range is how far you would need to move, or how far you can throw it. Now, obviously, those are range increments. Remember, you can throw it further than that, and it's each additional range increment is a -4. And then it should have on the explosion, so it's the explode, and it does a 10-foot radius from its explosion point. So whenever you throw it, you're aiming at a intersection of 4 squares, and basically you radiate a circle out from that point.
Okay, but I'm still far off, right? So I gotta get closer?
Yeah, the closest one is currently 50 feet out.
Okay.
So you could
So
move
I'm
up,
gonna...
the one here on the right, you would need to move up 40 feet to be within range.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm not close enough yet.
Yeah, so you'd have to move at least this far to be in range of him with a grenade. You're seeing my ping, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Which I think is 40
okay.
feet from where you're currently at.
Yeah, because 30 only brings me just over that line.
You can always throw
is there only
further. It just, like I said, you're gonna roll your grenade throw with a -4 instead of just a straight roll.
No, I'll go ahead. I'm gonna wing it. I'm on a high. I'm gonna go ahead and get as close as I can right now. So I'm gonna move my character. Hit the wrong one. Hold on. About 30. So putting me about there. I'm just gonna wing it and go for it, get as close as I can. And
okay, which corner are you specifically targeting?
I'm gonna target the one you originally pinged.
Like right here?
Yeah, I'm gonna try for that the next round. For now, he's still too far away from me, so I can't really do anything, I think. Right?
It depends. You might have a weapon that's within range. You probably still have a move action. You could cast a spell.
Well, my plasma claw only goes 20. My shuriken only goes 10.
Yeah, I think you should have
so
at least one spell that could hit in this range if you're interested in doing a spell cast.
I'm going to save my spell cast to conjure my grenade.
Oh, okay.
And see, because I only have 3. So I'm going to move up and I'm going to stay put. I'm kind of going to take a stance to get ready for the next round.
Okay.
That's it. I'm just going to stay put and kind of...
action for a specific trigger?
Yeah, I'll just see what they do next round.
You could just say, if the guy moves within your 20 feet, you make your attack. So you don't have to take the minus.
Yeah.
Okay, that will bring us to elite.
Oh boy.
It's
Okay,
your first
so
combat, isn't it?
it is. So there's like a move action.
So your options are full action, which consumes all 3, but allows you to attack twice. There's a handful of other options in that full action subset, but the most common one is you just attack twice, and you take a -4 modifier on both attacks, but you get to attack twice. Standard action, which is typically like your attack, spellcast, that type of thing. Move action, which is movement. It also includes things like standing up from prone, that type of stuff. The character sheets on Hephaestus will give you the whole breakout on those options. And then swift action are pretty basic stuff, which is like changing your grip, so it's going from like one-handed to two-handed. So if your weapon has the option of being either or, you can switch that type of stuff. Class skills might allow you to do other things with the swift or move action, but those will be unique to each class.
Sweet. I have a pistol mounted on my armor.
Oh, perfect.
I can. That just takes an action to fire, I'm guessing.
I assume so, unless there's some benefit with it being mounted, of it just being a bonus or a move action. I'm gonna be honest. I don't
think
I
so.
don't know your soldier class super well on what your options are, because I know like Colton's soldier class, he's got it now where it's a reduced modifier on his taking a full action. It's only a -2 now whenever he does a double attack.
I'm not gonna you. I don't know my class either, man. That's alright. Well, I'm just gonna move up like my 30 feet. Just going diagonal, just count as 5.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you have to go diagonal
3, 4,
twice
5,
in
6.
a row for it to be counted as 15. So.
Okay. I'm just gonna come up here and I'm just gonna shoot at him with the pistol.
Okay, what type of
Which,
damage?
it's cold damage.
Okay, so against its EAC.
That's a 23 to hit.
23 just barely hits.
Hey! We'll take it. We'll take it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage.
And that's a 7 damage. 7 cold.
Too shabby. Okay, anything else for your turn?
Nah. I don't think so.
Okay, that will bring us to Rejuvenor. He is going to start out by casting Microbolt Assault. So he's going to put a cloud of little microbots on top of the Olgoth on the right. So that blue little circle there is the microbots. What this effectively does for you guys is he can move it around. The big thing though is it's basically harassing any targets within that 20-foot radius, meaning that you guys have a +4 on attack rolls against that creature, and it has a -4 on its attack rolls. Basically, it's providing parry fire, essentially. Other than that, he's going to hold position behind the barricade there, which will bring us to the Olgoth that he just dropped that thing on, which is going to move forward its 10 feet. Which will bring us over to Philomeno. Philomeno us to T.
T starts running forward, is going to run on all fours.
Oh, jeez.
And as we're going, as he's running down the field on all fours, everyone hears a loud pop as his jaw dislocates and starts to form up. He's going to use carnivorous.
Oh, jeez. Is it close enough that you can make it and get up there and attack it?
Carnivorous is a 7-minute effect that lasts on me.
Oh, sorry. What I meant. Oh, you're activating it so you can attack next round.
Yeah, it takes an action to do it. That's the downside with Terran Form and Carnivorous. They both take an action.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I think that's all I can do. Yep.
Okay. Philip Hargrove, since he has a decent reach with his extrusion rifle, he's just going to attempt to make another shot on that Olgoth with his extrusion rifle. He rolled an 18, which unfortunately does not hit the creature. It seems like, or more accurately, it hits the creature, but it seems like the hide on this thing is pretty extensive, and the bullet just bounces off the hide this time. And that will be it for him this round. The Olgoth is going to move forward another 10. And then, seeing as Elite, you're right there, it is going to, you're going to see it heave a gob of mucus towards you. Does a 36 hit your EAC?
Yeah.
You're going to take 20 acid damage. Now remember, you go from stamina points first, and only dip into health points if you run out of stamina points. Is the gift of someone hawking up on
I see you, T.
better. This is probably not one you want to take home later.
No.
Okay, that will bring us to you, Raya.
Okay. You guys need to go talk to your father. Go find your father. Like, I'm the only parent here, bro. Okay, so I am 20 feet within. Hold on, gotta switch to the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and conjure a grenade. I'm gonna go right at him, and it goes within a 5-foot property. It has explode 5-foot property.
Yeah, so
And then
when it explodes, everything within 5 feet. So basically, you're gonna pick 4 squares that you're targeting.
oh, okay.
So like if you pick this point right here, you would get the Olgoth and 3 squares around it. Basically, it's like you pick an intersection and then it radiates out from that intersection.
Okay, let's go to the left intersection.
So right here.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for that one, and then it's 1d4.
So you're gonna roll to hit first. So you're gonna roll the
A 20.
grenade throw. Yeah, d20 plus whatever your modifier is for throwing grenades. Which really depends on if you're proficient.
I think it's +6 for thrown, right? under attacks.
So you're... I think so. Yeah, it should be thrown. Unless grenades has a separate one, but that sounds right.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it does. My first time using the spell. Sorry, guys. So I got 16 plus 6, so that's 22.
What type of damage is it?
It is...
Because I think when you conjure grenade,
Piercing?
So, unfortunately, a 22 does not hit. I'm going to roll a d4 to see which direction the grenade misses by. It's going to be shifted upwards by 1. Which means you'll see the shrapnel still hit the creature, but it seems like the hide on this thing is just too thick. So even though that the grenade still hit it, it just did not seem to pierce it in any visible way.
Okay.
Grenades are hard.
Okay, that will bring us to Elite. Oh, unless you wanted a move action or a swift action, Raya.
No, I'm gonna realize that it kind of didn't hit exactly where I wanted it to hit, so then I'm just gonna refocus again and just stay put where I'm at.
Perfect. Okay, Elite, it is over to you.
Oh boy. All right.
You got
Starfinder.
this.
I just move forward, and I hit him with my sword.
Oh.
I have a sword and shield. And by the way, a clock sword has an ability where it has 10 charges. I'm going to use a charge, and if I hit with it, it does an extra 1d4. I'm not sure what kind of damage, 1d4 or something damage. But this is just the normal damage. We're just going to say that's normal damage, which is slashing. We'll see. Oh, that's a 29 to hit.
29 will hit. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
I'm so mad he's the only one getting hits in right now.
So that's the boost. Yeah,
Why not?
use a charge. Yeah, I think it's just whatever damage the weapon is itself.
Okay.
You're just boosting that damage, so it's what, slashing? Yeah, slashing.
Yeah. It's 22 damage.
Oh, pretty sizable hit there. Creature's still looking pretty healthy.
Well, I then, for like a swift action, just like flip him off or something, and then that's me.
Perfect.
He doesn't understand, but I'm sure he'll know it's offensive. So.
Okay. That'll bring us over to Rejuvenor. Rejuvenor is going to use his move action to pull the Microbots forward. That way the folks over on this side will get that harrying fire advantage, at which point he is then going to... Well, more than just a little bit out of range. He is going to cast Magic Arrow at 3rd level. Which will fire 2 arrows, 1 for each creature. Let's see if we can hit. first one will just barely hit. Second one will miss. Doing 7 piercing damage on the one on the right. Getting the first little bit of chip damage on that one. Which will bring us to that Olgoth, which is just continuing to march forward. So it's going to move its 10 feet forward. And it's going to shoot a glob at you. And there, T. That's a nat 20.
Okay. I have DR2.
Okay, perfect. You're going to take 32 acid damage, so when reduced to 30.
Okay.
All right, that will bring us back up to the top with Philomeno. Philomeno is going to use his photon Solarian ability now that he's within 30 feet of this creature, which until the end of Philomeno's next turn, if the creature moves from its current space, it acquires the burning condition and will take 1d6 of fire damage. And he will move in a flanking position with you there, Elite. Give you that bonus on attacks. Which will bring us to T.
Okay. T's hat was slightly disintegrated with that little acid spit there. Still on there, but it was looking it needs to be washed again. But T, continuing his trajectory on all fours, is going to move right behind, still staying within his 5-foot reach.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a nice little chomp out of that haunch.
Big ass. That flank.
Yeah.
Big old flank steak.
Okay, that is a 24.
What type of damage?
Christ. So the type is basic melee, archaic.
Okay, so kinetic.
Yeah.
24 just barely misses.
Okay, hold on. Damn, okay. I'm gonna try to full attack.
Okay.
And that is a 25.
25 means it beats it. So it is 25 for
shit.
its KAC.
Good God.
Now remember, there is a distinction between EAC and KAC, and as you guys have kind of picked up over time, EAC tends to be lower, but this thing does seem to be pretty tanky.
Well, Tanky is about to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, give me a bite out of that ass.
He takes 26 damage.
Ooh, that is a solid strike there.
And
that
he
one
is now
down to
threatened.
plus what the other one is after that attack.
Yeah, but now he is threatened. Typically, unarmed attacks don't, but Terran form allows it.
Right, which threatened is basically like the
It basically allows for
Sentinel
attacks
feat,
of
right?
opportunity. Yeah.
Okay. That will bring us to Hargrove. Hargrove, so far, is 50-50 shot on his position here. So he's going to take another shot at the one on the left. And this one just dinged right off the dome of this creature. Which will bring us the Olgoth. Since there is an individual right in the front of it, it is going to make a bite attack on you, Elite. That's a 41 to hit. You're going to take 29
Barely hits.
piercing damage.
29. All right. Too easy, honestly.
All right,
What a
that will
chump.
bring us to Raya.
All right, I'm going to, since I'm so close to the guy, I'm gonna use unarmed strike.
Ooh.
Um,
Raya getting up in there to throw some fucking hands.
let's go. I did so well last time. Let's see.
Are you going for
I
the
hate.
shocking touch or whatever?
No, this is just. Let me describe it. Hold on. With any limb or appendage, deals non-lethal damage, and the damage from an arm is considered weapon damage. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm so mad that the grenade didn't hit that I kind of want to go in and just kick the guy, just full blown like Spartan kick him.
Kick him in his stupid
rolled-
face.
I know. I rolled a 19 plus melee, right? So that's a +6, so 25.
Okay, 25 will hit. Before you fully commit
Fuck
to
yeah.
just the unarmed strike, if you would like to consume a spell slot, you can upgrade this to a Jolting Surge, which will give you 4d6 of electricity damage versus your relatively weak unarmed strike, because I think your unarmed strike is only 1d6 plus 8.
But I mean, my kick would be pretty cool.
Well, you could still, flavor-wise, you could still describe it as a kick, but you basically would describe it as like you put a piece of tech on your boot as you go to strike it, and you activate the spell as it connects, which unleashes 4d6 of electricity damage.
Okay, I like that better. Fine, I will handle that one. I will.
I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I also
As
would
long
like to
as I
give you
keep the
maximum
Spartan
fun.
kick, that's all I want, baby.
So
So,
you see Ryan
we're-
walk up and fucking, she's got like this little piece of like metal on the tip of her boot, and as she Spartan kicks it, you see it light up with electricity as it takes 4d6 of electricity damage. So if you go to your spells, you'll just need to consume I think it was only a first level spell.
Yeah.
You'll consume one of your first level spell slots, but then you can roll your 4d6 of damage for it instead.
Okay, so
What's funny is with using Jolting Surge, you actually rolled a 27 because you get a +2 when you're using that spell.
okay, so the first one was 6, right? I had to roll it 4 times.
Well, if you go to the spell itself, you can just hit the button and it'll roll all 4 for you at once.
Oh, will it? Let's see.
And then you'll just need to track that you only have 4 first level spells left.
It's not letting me
Oh, it's not letting you
roll
just click
it.
the box.
Unless I'm doing it wrong. I don't
So if
think
you
so.
open up the spell,
Yep.
you should see.
I hit cast.
Okay, cast just marks it as being consumed.
Yep.
If you open up the spell itself, where it like gives you the details on the spell itself,
Mm-hmm.
there should be a box in there where it talks about the damage that says 46 electricity. If you click that one,
Oh, I see.
that should roll the damage for you.
Okay, I rolled a 16.
16 electricity damage. Pretty decent amount there. You've got the right one down to less than the other one at this point. Still looking decently healthy though. Anything
Okay.
else for your turn?
I want to say as I realized that it actually was successful, I'm gonna kind of just like scream in this creature's face
Perfect.
and get pretty hyped
Just
up.
yell it.
And that's it.
Okay, that will bring us to Elite.
You better hit,
Thing-
man.
Oh, I'll try. Just to retcon, I apparently used the boost on my sword wrong. It takes a move action. But
Well,
we're
you didn't
not
have
going to
to-
worry about that.
You didn't have to move last turn, though. You were already up in its face.
I moved 1 square.
Oh, well, it's
But
fine.
that's okay. So instead, we're going to do full attack. We're gonna kick this dude with so unarmed strike, but because I'm in power armor and I have proficiency and a bunch of other things, I do 1d10 plus 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna attack once with the sword
Okay.
as well. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, just remember
Okay.
it's a -4 on the attacks because you're taking the full action.
So 24 and a 11 to hit.
Unfortunately, neither of
Okay,
those
sorry.
attacks land. And unless it changes the damage type with your skills.
No, it was bludgeoning and slashing.
Okay.
I'll just
yeah,
cry. It's fine.
That first strike just barely misses. You can tell that it almost seems like it starts to crack the hide, but it just does not fully go through. And then, despite there looking like there's a crack kind of coming in, the sword strike just misses off to the side, so it's a glancing blow, so it kind of dings off as you're going. Okay, that will bring us...
See that there's an other action of combat banter. Can I call his mother a hamster?
Oh yeah,
Father smelled like elderberries.
dialogue options during combat are always on the table.
Right, that's it then.
Perfect. That will bring us over to Rejuvenor. He's going to shift this thing again. He has made the microbots aware so that it's not going to impede you there, Riots, so they're only going to help you. Seeing as he can't...
Wait a second. Sorry. My dude is flanking.
Oh yeah, you should have rolled those at advantage. Roll me
Is
2
there an
more.
advantage? No.
It was worth
No,
a shot.
well, we tried. All right.
Okay. Rejuvenor. Is going to move up his 30 feet. So that he can get in range with his stub rifle. shot with that. Which glances off. You can see that the pellets off of his gun just don't sink in as deep as desired. This Olgoth, seeing as Raya gave it a sizable strike, is going to sling out its stinging tendrils. So you see its maw kind of open up as it shoots out a series of tendrils to try and electrocute you. That's 32 to hit versus your EAC.
That will hit.
You're going to take 23 electric and slashing damage.
Okay.
And basically, they like pierce into you real quick, and then like they give you a shock before they come back in.
Yay.
Okay, that'll bring us back up to the top with Filomeno. He is gonna like activate his glass blade on his arm as he's going to attempt to hit this creature. But unfortunately, the blade just cannot pierce through the hide on it. Okay, that will bring us to UT.
Okay. Now that Raya has come in, T is going to take full advantage and continue biting into this rump.
Perfect.
But now with the flanking bonus. Is that just advantage?
Yeah, I think Starfinder is a different rule set, but I'm just going to go with advantage because I don't feel like picking it up right now. It's probably just a +4 because that seems to be Starfinder's MO is +4 instead of advantage. But
Well, thank
That
you very
glass
much,
might have
Raya.
some good stuff.
That is a 27. That would have been an 11. So.
oh jeez. Yeah. Okay, 27 will hit. Are you going full auto?
My attack modifier gets pretty low going full attack, so I think I'm just gonna go with the 1.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that damage.
25.
25.
Let me double check if there's
Oh, no,
anything
you're
else
good.
I can do.
From what I see, flanking is a +2.
Oh, it's flanking. Okay. I'm going to stay with advantage at least through the end of this session, and then we can
Thank you.
adjust later.
Sounds good.
The +2 sounds weak as fuck.
If I had the +2, I would have hit.
I think it's only a +2 because
But it's okay.
the advantage helps with a lot of combat maneuvers and stuff that are a lot more common in Starfinder than D&D.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No, but that's all I can do. I'm going to keep my position, but he is still threatened.
Perfect.
And what is the little microbots do?
That gives you herring fire, so you would add a +4 on that attack roll anyways.
Oh, can I go full attack
Yeah,
then?
you can go full attack.
Okay. That one misses.
Okay. Yeah, you get a sizable chomp out of this thing. It is looking definitely beaten up. It hasn't quite gotten to like the looking rough territory yet, but you can tell you're starting to have some effects on these two creatures. Okay, that will bring us to Hargrove. He's going to stick with his long range here. He's not willing to get right up close and personal with any of these creatures at the moment. And unfortunately rolls a nat 1. It seems like the same sort of thing that was eating up Grim Reaper Tides is starting to really take effect with Hargrove as well, where he just cannot seem to focus. It's one of those, like, the recoil of the gun itself seems to be like setting him off, and you see it like 4 feet high over the creature, like not even remotely close to being on target. Which will bring us to that Olgoth. It is going to sling out its stinging tendrils on Philomeno, since he's the last one to land of attack, which will land doing 29 electric and slashing to Philomeno. You can see that this lights Philomeno up like a Christmas tree. Like, it is one of those where you can almost see his skeleton as the electricity goes through him, and he drops to a knee. He is still conscious and up, but that about did him in.
Which one is that one?
Philomeno, he is the one right here. Currently, him and the leader are the only ones
Okay.
on that side.
Okay.
That will bring us to Ryan.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go for my dueling sword.
Ooh, switching
Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll.
remember, you got a +4 because of the microbots here.
Okay, so I got a 22.
Is that just 22 does not hit. You
Okay.
trying to take a full action since you're not moving?
Yeah, if I take a full action, do I get a plus, right?
No, you actually get a negative, but since you already missed the first one, so basically it would cancel out the microbot plus, so it would be an even roll for you.
Okay. Can I go for that? That's shameful. I got a 12.
Yeah, as you're kind of hitting it, it seems like the scales on this aquatic creature are designed to kind of keep it from really getting hit by any sort of like piercing or slashing sort of attacks. So the sword is just glancing off of it as you're kind of hitting it. That will bring us to Elite.
Boy opposite of me just happened to him. He got electrocuted.
Yeah, so the Olgoth turned around and it shot out its tendrils, and they kind of like jabbed into Philomeno and then lit him up with electricity as they like electrified before the like tongue sort of tendrils come back in.
Well, that's
So-
less than ideal.
Meta-wise, it won't change anything, but like effectively, it is turned away from you at the moment.
I will do an attack first.
Okay.
We gonna. Oh wait, I haven't. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna throw that, I guess. I have advantage, which is good because I rolled a 3.
Ooh,
That's not much better. That's a 9. All right, well,
a 9 plus your
that's a 20 to
modifiers?
hit.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
yeah,
it was
plus 11, 29.
Not as bad.
It's a 20 to hit, but not
20
enough.
will not hit, but
Move action over to here. Fill door. What's this dude's name?
Philodor,
Philomino?
Philomino or Fumi.
Close.
His call
Okay.
sign.
Nice. I will, if he gets attacked, I have a guard, and I'm gonna give him a +2 AC.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
cool. So it's like.
And
a
that's
signal.
all I got.
Well, I guess it's not quite.
I have-
actually, but,
No, but I also have, I basically have I have standstill, which is
yeah. Prevents it
what
from
you're thinking
moving.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm done. So if it moves as well.
Okay, that will bring us to Rejuvenor. He's gonna stick with his gun, literally, and is going to attack with his breaching gun again, see if he can break the hull of this creature. Rolling a 26, which will indeed break through, doing 12 piercing damage to it. Officially getting it into the looking rough zone. That creature, seeing as it just got hit from range and Rejuvenor just happens to be within its reach, is going to shoot a glob in retaliation at Rejuvenor, doing 24 acid damage to it. Which will bring us to Philomino. Philomino is going to see the sheet here. So for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's guarded step. He's going to take a guarded step as his action. It's either that or the full action.
His step is 5 feet without inducing opportunity.
Yeah, it's that one. Is that a action or full action?
It's just an action. First, the move.
Okay, so he's going to take the guarded
Move
step
action.
to get out of the reach there, and then he's going to use his full movement to get over here. You can tell that he's kind of limping as he's making that way. It seems like that electric shot really did a number on him, which will bring us to 2.
Keeping in mind with the state of the battlefield at the moment, let's see here. How is Rejuvenor looking?
Rejuvenor, it was a sizable chunk on him, but he seems to be doing okay.
Okay.
It's like meta-wise, as far as like you guys have experienced, it seems like Rejuvenor is the most experienced out of as far as the NPCs that you guys have. He seems to be the furthest along in his development. No offense to any of the Conquistador crew, but their retirement seemed to have dulled a little bit of their sharpness.
Okay. All right. How is the health looking on the one that Elite was fighting?
The one Elite is fighting is, I would say it's kind of greenish yellow. Like it's definitely more healthy than the one that you and Raya are working They're relatively close, but there's a noticeable difference between the two in terms of how much health they have.
T is going to move out of the range of the creature.
Okay. It will
and-
make a, unless you're taking a guard instead.
No, I won't.
Okay. It is going to attempt to hit you with its stinging tendrils. That's a 33 to hit EAC.
Hits.
So you'll take 23 electric and slashing damage from
Okay, DR2,
that. Perfect.
so 21.
Yep. That is a fun little spell. I say little, like it's a pretty all-encompassing spell. Doesn't that one also increase as you level up too, as what you get out of it?
Yeah, it does. It's pretty cool. If I ever can finish my Mystic quest, I can make it do a lot more.
Yeah, because you can dump more into your build that way.
Yep. Okay, so T is going to kind of growl as he gets shocked, and is going to stand up bipedal. His legs seem to be bending the opposite way, and he lets loose almost a slightly visible mind blast. He's going to use Soul Surge on the other creature.
Oh, the one over by Elite?
Mhm.
Okay.
I need to
assume
make
it
a
has
range.
at least a 40-foot range, right?
It does.
Perfect.
So it had this targets the EAC, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay, one sec. All right, and that is a 21 to hit.
Roll that one at advantage because Elite is parrying it.
That is a 28.
Go ahead and roll me your damage.
All right, at third level, this is about to do a lot.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, Elite, how close are you to dipping into health points?
A scale of 1 to 128.
I'm gonna be honest, as a DM, I think I've only got PCs into health points once over the 29 sessions that we played. And
Well, if I
usually
get
it
hit again, it's likely I can drop the health.
doesn't- and usually health points aren't that big of a deal because T can heal out the wazoo, but
Oh,
he just
Yeah, but I
he
can't do shit
heal
to stamina. Okay, guys. So
resolve points.
as T stands up on its hind legs, lets out a mental attack. There are about 50 different very small black dripping daggers that appear and stab into the head of the creature, dealing 36 points of damage.
Ooh, 36. That is a very sizable
Heck
amount of damage there.
yeah.
That's
I
8d10.
can
Really
visual.
indeed.
You've got this one almost down to what the other one was. So it's not quite into looking rough, but very close.
While standing on the 2 feet, T is gonna turn his head around and just roar at the guy behind him, and just end my turn there.
Hargrove, kind of getting the inspiration from you, is going to turn his attention to the other creature here, and the one near Raya, basically just covering down for you as you switch your focus. And we'll make an attack. But unfortunately, just whether it be the quality of the rifle he's using or what, he just cannot seem to get it to connect. After missing his shot, though, in frustration, he is going to move up to close the distance, seeing if how far out he is what's causing the issue. turn, bringing us to the Olaf on the right, or on the left near Elite. It eyes down on UT, but seeing as you're currently out of range, it's going to suffice with what it's got in front of it, and will make a bite attack on you, Elite. That's a 29 to hit versus your KAC. That's got to be close, I think, with your power armor.
It's pretty close. I have 27 KC. I wonder. I don't think there's.
Yeah, unless there's some
I
bonus.
need
that
to
hasn't
boost
been
my
applied,
own.
but
No.
okay, that's 35 piercing damage.
Hear me out. Is there a reflex save attached to this at all?
There are ones that you can do on your actual turn, but not in reaction.
That shouldn't be enough to
I
grab
know.
you. That should just put you into health points, which
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
is not
but-
great, but
Alright, that's fine. All I know is I have a shield block as a reaction when I would take damage from an effect that allows a reflex save. I can spend a resolve point to reduce the damage I take by my shield's item level, which is 6. But
unfortunately, I think that ability is really cool. Unfortunately, that does not
It
apply
is really
because
cool.
this is a single target attack, not an area of effect. So that would be for
Ridiculous.
like your like grenade type stuff, which is going to drive a reflex so that you can dodge the splash damage essentially.
alright. Well, I tried. What was
how low-
it? 34 total?
35 total. So I think that just barely
Alright.
dips you into health points, right?
Yeah, basically. 7 into my health points.
How many health points
So-
do you have?
Oh, 46 out of 53.
Okay.
We're chill, honestly. This is where Elite likes to be, actually. So
Okay. That will bring us to Raya. For anybody paying attention, you would have noticed that it seems like the shield power armor on Elite has wrenched a little bit, and that last bite attack from the Olga actually started to make it through his armor. But it is over to you at Raya at this point.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt my dueling sword again.
It's going to be a
So
straight roll.
26.
26 plus the 4 from the harrying fire, so that would be effectively a 30 to hit, which would indeed hit. If you'd like to take a full
Hey.
action, you would hit either way, so you're more than welcome to roll this again after this set of damage.
Okay, yeah. So for the damage on that one was a 13.
Nice.
So as the creature is like yelling or trying to spit on T, I'm gonna try and come up behind him with my sword and try and catch him from the side.
And you do. So that sword strike, you find a weakness in its armor, and it seems to be sort of like in the leg area. So as it's turned, you're able to kind of like slash upwards and cut sort of like the tendon, like effectively like where the shoulder tendon would be on the left foreleg of this creature. Are you making that second attack?
My second attack is a 7 plus 6. That's 13 plus 4. Probably still not enough though.
Unfortunately, that second attack doesn't hit, and more or less what happens is that sword sort of like gets dug in, like you get a little too deep into the tendon, so like instead of being able to like slash again, it takes your entire second movement to get the sword pulled out of the leg of this creature.
Okay.
Which will bring us to Elite.
Well, I have very many options, guys. Hear me
You can
out.
take a step back too.
Gotta
No,
be
no,
careful with that. He's better off staying there or trying to use a maneuver to run. Because if he leaves, he'll get a free attack on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to like learn your because I know your build was basically tank, which you have done.
Yeah, I have. Unfortunately, these things like consistently hit like 15 above my AAC. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna do one for free action or whatever it's called, swift action or whatever. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm a little hurt, guys. That would hurt. That would hurt.
I'm feeling it, guys.
And then I am going to use my move action to wind my sword, and then my attack action to hit him. Try to, at least.
Oh, does that you have to rewind it each time?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is the wind what gives you the bonus damage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a natural 20. Alright!
Oh! Okay, so since this hasn't applied to you, for my game, double the dice, double the modifier. And since your modifier
Including
is
the,
50,
my modifier is pretty good.
Yeah, so...
do I double the clock, the wind property as well?
So your total dice, you're going to roll 2d8 and 2d4? Or is it 2d6 for that bonus? No, 2d4. So 2d8 plus 2d4 plus 22 is effectively what this one's going to be.
Yeah. That is 35.
Nice.
Hey, not too bad!
Yeah, it seems like the maybe a smidgen of rage of like somehow you've ended up being the only one over by this fucking creature, and one of the guys has already had to dip. And while T is helping out, you've more or less been stranded. You're able to connect and do a sizable bit of damage here on this creature. Not quite into the bloody, but definitely getting it further into that looking rough. Which will bring us to Rejuvenor. Having moved up, Rejuvenor is going to still use his breaching gear with a 30 to hit, doing 23 piercing damage on this one over here. Getting it pretty low. Which will bring us to that Olgoth. It is going to attempt another mucus attack on Rejuvenor since he managed to land a pretty sizable shotgun blast on it. Which is a 32 to hit, doing 20 to him. He's starting to look a little rough. As we get back up to the top with Philomeno. He's going to turn back to the creature. And he's going to activate one of his graviton abilities, the Black Hole, forcing the Olgoth to make a fortitude save or be pulled towards him. Basically just trying to pull it off of you, Elite. And you can see that this charges pretty effectively, but it just does not have the strength that Philomena was hoping for. whether this creature's just insanely heavy or its strength is just too strong, it manages to fight off the pull of it and hold its ground. You can see the anguish on his face because he doesn't want to leave the combat, but he knows if he goes back in, then he just can't provide much more than what he's doing. So he's going to hold his position as we turn it over to T.
T is going to raise his voice. We need to group up. I can't do anything for you if we're this far apart. And I'm going to cast Fluidity of Form on Elite.
Oh, okay. What's your intention? Because you have options with that one, right?
Yep, I do.
What's that do?
T begins to raise up a little bit off the ground, starts getting coated in this kind of yellowish blue type of energy, and then you do the same, Elite. But instead you start to feel your body change. I'm going to give you damage reduction. You feel your skin turning to rock. For 7 rounds, you have damage resistance 5.
So, if you're not familiar, that means any damage you take, you reduce by 5 points.
And then I'm going to use my movement to... How does it work with sharing a square?
With...
I don't think you can end with an ally. I don't think you can end
you
the
can't
turn
end
on
your
the
turn
square.
in a square with an ally, but you can move through a square with an ally unimpeded.
Okay.
Could you, like, move through the square, attack while you're in the square, and then, like...
I used my
by the end of
action
the
to
turn?
help you. So T is going to get back down onto all fours as his spell ends, and is going to try to, like, brush through. The hope is to try to get some of this dude's attention, but I can't do anything else.
Okay. Yeah, so, like, mechanically speaking, you didn't strike it or anything like that, but as far as, like, your movements, you're trying to pull its attention. Give me a...
Well, we'll say I'm going to feint to bite the same area I do again.
Yeah, fuck. I'm trying to remember what the skills are in your guys' character sheets. Give me a... The ones I'll accept are bluff, disguise, or intimidate check.
For the context, I think that intimidate makes the most sense. That is a 26.
Perfect. As you pull up this maneuver, T, it seems to pull the attention of the Olgoth off of Rejuvenor, and it seems to be firmly situated on you, at least for the moment. That will bring us to Hargrove. Seeing as you have switched targets again and not wanting to leave Elite stranded, he's going to take his movement and move closer to give him an ally as he attempts to make some shots with his extrusion rifle. Which just barely lands, doing 12 damage on that one. Which will pull the aggro from the Olgoth off of you, Elite, onto Hargrove. It's going to shoot out one of its you get some balls at it, landing one for 22 damage on Hargrove. Bringing us to Raya. And that was a pretty sizable hit on Hargrove.
Okay. I'm gonna go back in with my dueling sword.
Perfect. You don't have quite flanking unless you slightly reposition yourself. So if you move to this square here, you could get the flanking bonus. You guys are just not quite off-centered from each other, which is why the flanking's not quite applied.
Is the flanking damage bonus or?
Flanking gives you advantage on the dice roll, which means you roll it twice and you take the higher of the two.
Okay.
It just means you won't be able to.
Let's do that because my rolling. I won't be able to attack it twice.
You won't be able to attack twice if you move, but you'll get advantage as the benefit.
Okay. Let's see.
You do have a.
I'll do the
+4.
roll because my roll is trash.
Okay.
Actually, no, let's just see.
Do you have any spells that will let you target EAC?
You're in melee
let's
range, so you can use
see.
another jolting surge if you want.
Okay, I rolled a 16. If I do melee, it's another 6. Plus the 4. That's 22, 26.
That'll hit.
Um,
And are you doing the jolting surge? Is that what you're going for?
yeah, let's go for the Jolting Surge.
Okay, so it'll consume a first level spell slot, but I think you've got plenty of those. But you'll get to do 4d6 of electric damage.
I got a 13.
This one's officially looking bloody.
Ayy. And this time, I want to just like full-blown punch it.
Fucking like electric gauntlet, just.
Yes, full-blown.
Hey,
Raya's like in her badass stage right now.
Because of how you're positioned, you're basically like hitting it in the fucking hind corner. So like the hip of this creature, you're just decking it. Okay, that will bring us to Elite.
Oh boy. We're gonna guarded step, come back here, and then I'm going to lob a cryo grenade right on top of our dude, our good friend Olimar or something, whatever his name is, you know. It's a different game. Anyway.
Yeah, it's OLGHUTA. So, Olgustus.
I'm gonna call him Olimar.
Olimar works.
I'm gonna here. So he has a reflex save. He'll take half damage.
Okay.
It is full damage. And then also if he fails, he's staggered. I don't know what that is, but it seemed like it'd probably be good.
Okay, so their reflex save was a 21. What was the save?
You know what? I don't know what the DC is. Oh, so DC is 15. It passes. Okay,
so it
well.
passes that, so it won't be staggered, but it still takes.
5 halved, whatever. I don't know if it goes down to 2 or rounds up or down. 2 or 3. That one.
It'll take the 3.
Unfortunate.
Okay. I mean,
All right.
you were able to disengage and get at least a little bit of damage off. So.
Yeah. If my dude is attacked, I still have bodyguard. He gets a +2 AC. So.
Yeah, tell her sorry, Sarah. Artemis was just fully engaged in Park Rover, so and I can't complain about her being engaged with a engineering build type set of videos. So it's better than her Minecraft bullshit that she watches. So. Does your kid does your kid watch the it's Milo and something or other fucking Minecraft?
Milo and Chip.
Yes, that one.
No, but there are. I think I've got you beat in some categories.
I'm sure.
It's all cringy, but I'm glad they like what they like.
Yeah, there's that. I'm glad she has something that she's interested in.
Don't let me dad
My
guilt
kids
you
are-
over here, because I watch cringy shit too.
Yeah.
No, my kids are really into like the Minecraft AFMeow stuff.
Yeah,
Artemis
that's
is as
Sally too.
She also, we got her the Bluey expansion on Minecraft, and she's loved that one.
Oh, is it good?
She seems to like it.
Yeah.
I haven't interacted with it outside of downloading it.
I got William and Skyly an add-on that it adds like 80 new animals into the game.
Oh jeez, is that the one with like the axolotl and?
Yeah, it's you got like camels and you got like capybaras, like everything.
Okay. Now that I took us on a sidetrack again, Rejuvenor is going to. Let me double check that his microbots haven't dispelled.
This is the 5th round of combat, right?
That sounds right.
So my carnivorous form is almost out. No, actually, Karen form is almost out. Carnivorous form has another while.
Gotcha.
Bye.
Oh, I'm not gonna backtrack it on the +4s. Apparently that one was the round he
Do you
cast
tell
it
Daddy that?
+1, so it should have only been active 2 rounds. So I will keep that in mind for next time. So his microbot assault has dissipated, and while he's torn between casting that again and shooting, he's going to basically use the nanites in his arm as he casts caustic conversion, which was a 20
Christ.
hit against the EAC, which will land, doing 11 acid damage. But unfortunately, as the acid damage hits the underestimated creature, it seems that it has some sort of a built-up tolerance against acid, and it sort of almost acts like just water and drips off of the creature after it lands. Which will bring us to the Olgoth here.
T looks at Rejuvenor with a slack-jawed expression, and that means something because of how big his jaw is right now.
Yeah. The Olgoth is kind of torn. It kind of like glances over at Rejuvenor as the acid sort of like slides off of it, and then focuses its attention back on you, T, as it sends out its stinging tendrils. That's a 30 against your EAC.
Hit.
You're going to take 22 electric and slashing, reduced to 20 if I'm not mistaken. That will bring us back up to the top with Filomeno. Creature still within range, and he is going to do his damnedest to try and keep it off of you guys. So he's going to activate his graviton ability again and try and pull it in with his black hole. Which succeeds. Since he is a 3rd level Solarian, it will pull it 10 feet towards him. And that will bring us to UT.
It pulls it 10 feet towards him. Did they move at all?
The creature did. Filomeno is going to move another 10 feet back towards the barracks after shifting it. Basically, he's trying to keep a distance, but also like give the party a little bit of a reprieve as much as he can. But basically, you see him like activate a small miniature black hole that pulls the creature.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, DM, I have a plan. What is the health looking like for the one closest to me and then the one furthest from me?
They're pretty damn close to the same health points, both bloody. Not quite into the on death's door, but pretty damn close.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk here.
Hey, T, are you gonna do any spells?
Yes, but I'm pretty close to death right now.
Well, I was gonna say, because I have a spell that allows me to like boost your spell. I don't know if I'd be allowed to use it before you go.
Are you able to use it as a reaction?
It is a reaction.
It says one reaction?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that applies
Yes,
to the
you
situation. So as soon as you notice T activating it, you can activate your spell.
Okay, so basically it's the bolster spell. So I can lend some of my magical power to an ally and they cast 1 round or less.
Which applies here because I'm assuming you're using a standard action spell, T.
Yes.
But you can enable the spellcaster to re-roll up to 1 of the spell's damage dice per level of the triggering spell and use the higher result.
So there's a couple options here. So let T describe what spell he's using, because then you can determine how you want to modify it. Because you can increase the saving throw associated with it, the duration, the spell range, or you can allow them to re-roll. So there's 4 different avenues you can go with this, depending on what makes the most sense.
I need damage.
Okay, well you want to do damage?
So it lets me re-roll damage die?
It's basically if it was an attack spell where you had to roll to land the attack, you could re-roll. Oh, no, yeah, damage die. Yeah, you get to roll 1 of these spell's damage dice per level of the triggering spell. And so she's activating
I love you, baby.
Hers is a
I love you. I'll take you in as soon as I'm done, okay?
Alright, DM, I've got a little bit of a mechanics question here. The spell I'm about to use is a line that can strike both creatures.
Okay.
Is there a way I can... Well, Elite has DR5. Elite will be fine. Okay, never mind.
Well, does it delineate that it has to...
It's any creature within the line.
Oh, okay. Well, you can always heal Elite on the back end, right?
Yep.
Bend it.
Alright. T charges up once more, and then opens his mouth up wide as a super thin stream of green acids. Well, not acid. just green-looking substance that just shoots out in a line like a sniper shot. I use Verdant Blast to hit both creatures.
Perfect. What is that? Is it a reflex save for them?
Let's see here. Reflex. Yep. My DC is 17.
They're going to both pass, but it should still be decent damage. So they have a +12 to the reflex save.
Jesus. They're pretty big for that bit of a reflex. God. Okay, let's see this.
They fucking jump, and the whole goddamn earth shakes afterwards.
So, do I, if I re-roll, do I have to re-roll all of them?
No, you pick one of the dice that you re-roll. So obviously I would assume you're going to pick the one dice that didn't roll well and re-roll that one.
All right,
Is there,
DM, that is a 17 points of damage down the line, so they would take half.
Okay, Elite, you need to roll a reflex save as well.
It's a 21. I pass.
Okay,
so
you
you're gonna
pass,
take
so
half.
you would only take 2. Or wait,
Seven-
3?
17.
Yeah, 7.
I have a 17. No, 8.
Yeah, 8.
And then you have DR5 right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
so,
true.
Yeah, so 3 total.
Yeah.
Both creatures are on death's door. This was a
Fucking
sizable chunk
Christ.
on both of them.
I'm so
okay.
healthy. I'm so good, dudes. We're chilling.
Anything else for UT? I think you still have a move and a swift if you'd like to use them.
I am going to use a guarded step to step 5 feet back.
Okay. Hargrove. Is going to maintain position, but he's going to make a attack with his extrusion rifle, which just barely nicks off the carapace here. The Olgoth there is looking a little. It is struggling at the moment. It's going to move towards Elite. And you see it try to send out its stinging tendrils. It's kind of like wobbling, but it's not quite in range for that, so it's not able to hit, which will bring us to Ryan.
That's good.
I was gonna say poor Elite. It's like taking all the damage.
I mean, he did build a tank, which is ideal, right?
It's what I do.
Okay. I'm gonna go in with my dueling sword. Shoot for.
It would be really helpful if you killed this round.
I know. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna do this. So I got an 18 plus 6, so 24 plus another 4, right? So it hits.
No, the +4 for the microbots is not there anymore.
No.
You could use your shocking one to, unless if it's too late with the die being rolled.
Do you want to commit to
Let
the
me
sword,
see.
or do you want to go shocking grasp? It's going to consume a spell slot, but I think you still have a couple more to go.
Yeah, I have 3 more for that one. What would be considered a ranged?
Anything further than 5 feet.
Oh,
So you're in melee range, so shocking grasp. You can use ranged attacks while you're within melee range. There's just some... The downside with a ranged attack within melee range is if you target a creature other than the one right in melee range, it gives them an opportunity attack. But otherwise, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, because even if I use my Jolting Surge, it's still the same,
Well,
right?
the difference is you're changing your damage type. So you're going from slashing, which targets KAC, versus electric, which targets EAC, and the EAC is lower than KAC.
The KAC
Okay.
is like 25.
Yeah, KAC
Right?
is 25.
AC is 25, EAC is 23.
Yeah, at this point you guys know both of them. You for sure hit with EAC if you use your Jolting Strike. You will miss with your sword. I don't want to tell you what to
Okay.
do,
Let. No, that's fine. Let's go with
Still need
Jolting.
the
'cause I
results.
still- Yeah. Let's do that since I still have the slot for it.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage. And fairly
A 12.
confident you should tell. Yeah, go ahead and tell me how you're ending it.
Yes! End one. Okay, let's see. I already did my Spartan kick, so I would like to end him with maybe an uppercut.
Yeah, you go fucking Mario fucking punch this thing. Yahoo!
Yeah. 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 Sound effect and everything.
And you see it connect with
and
the lower
then-
jaw of this as it just lights the fuck up, and it seems like it was low enough that it finally, its basical like system just locks up, and you can see kind of like the interior skeleton light up, similar to what you guys had seen with Filipino earlier, but you saw it on this large creature as it just kind of like plops in front of you.
I love it. And as I go, I'm like standing next to it. I'm like, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that will bring us to Elite.
Oh boy. I don't like the action economy in this game. Okay.
It can be a little rough.
It's just
We also are very, very low level, and I say very
Yeah.
low.
yeah, it's
I
okay.
feel like the
That's
action economy
fine.
gets better as you guys get higher levels. So
So don't beat yourself up too much. I've been playing this for over 2 years now, and I still barely know what I'm doing.
there's a lot of
Fair-
options,
fair
and also
enough.
at the same time, no options.
Did I mention that I'm just learning now after 2 years how to use spells?
Even though she
Spells
picked
are
a
complicated, I'm not gonna
spellcaster
Yeah, spellcasters are hard.
and
And like
triples
every
the amount of
RPG,
options you
but
have.
this one is dumb. Okay, we're gonna. Can I take 2 standard actions? Because move actions are useless.
So unfortunately, how this works is you can sacrifice your standard to make a move, and you can sacrifice a move to make a swift, but you can't get bigger.
That's dumb.
Usually, if you want to take 2 standard actions, you take a full action to accomplish that. So, like, if you're wanting to take 2 attacks, you take a full action.
Yeah, but I don't want to make 2 attacks.
I guess the question is, what is it you are like wanting to do?
To attack with my shoulder blaster and also enter total defense.
Well,
Yeah,
isn't,
and there's
isn't
not
there
an
a
option
defense
for that.
option under move action? It's not as good as the total defense, but I thought there was one.
There's a fight defensively, which, like, first of all, is just worse. than total defense? Because I get a +4 to AC with total defense, and
So
5 defensively is a +2?
So the advice I'm gonna give, even with that, they're heading for on average 30 plus. So that boost to AC isn't gonna do you much. You already
hear
have
ya.
damage resistance 5. You're better off just going on an assault or running. But you do what
Fair
you
point.
want to do. But I don't think that your defensive stance will do much
As
here.
the final thing
My-
as the DM, as I said, both creatures were pretty close to the same level of health, and by that I meant they were on death's door. And a 12 killed the other one. And by that, overkilled the other one.
But also, like, the full attack is really punishing. Because I'm already, like, I have to roll the 14 to hit. If I'm rolling, 14 to hit, I think either way.
Well, I'm not
For
saying you
range
have to
or
take
melee?
the full attack. I'm implying
Oh,
you
it's
can kill
just-
with a single attack.
I'm just gonna attack.
Once again, I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Worst timing for a nat 1.
It was a 5. 14 to hit. So, yeah. Fast turn then. Can't do anything.
14 will not hit. You still have a move action if you'd like to take it.
No, because I want to stay by my dude.
Okay.
Alright.
Rejuvenor is going to move. To get as close as he can with his movement. And then he is going to cast Magic Arrow. At 3rd level. Which will hit. Doing 7 damage. Son of a bitch. Leaving this creature fucking just barely alive.
On a pubic hair of health.
Basically. Which will bring us up to Philomeno. Philomeno is going to make a hard look back at the creature. And will make an attempt with his graviton ability to pull it off of Elise. But the creature is just too strong even on death's door for it to pull again, leading us to T.
T, seeing the state of everybody and the state of the creature, is just going to let out his frustration through a mental assault. Okay, that puts me in range of my Mind Thrust.
Perfect. That one's a save, right?
Yes, it's a will save of 16.
They will pass, but that should still be half damage, right?
Yeah, still taking half 2d10.
Perfect. How do you want to end it?
Oh yeah.
It had 1 HP,
T?
so...
T is going to basically communicate with X and just tell him to do the dirty work for him. And though you guys don't see anything, effectively, the creature's brain turns to mush.
You just see it collapse and front, and you'll see the like head of it sort of like divot in a little bit, like the basically like the brain was smushed, so like the forehead collapses a little bit.
Jesus.
Yeah, get wrecked. I was never scared.
Immediately, T is going to cast Mystic Cure on himself and on Elite.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your
Thanks,
dice.
dog.
Combat, at least for now, is officially ended.
Okay, Elite, you heal for 5.
5.
And then T heals for 18.
Oh, damn.
I just rolled low on Elites. But I needed it more. I was at 26 out of 46.
Oh, on HP?
Oh.
Yes.
Jeez. Not patting myself on the back for actually getting you guys in a threatened state, but those were 2 CR10 creatures, so for a group
Yikes,
of ground level 7
When
PCs, not too bad.
when we all group up and get back to camp, I'm going to use Healing Touch on the NPCs. It takes 10 minutes, but I heal them up to 5 of their hit points.
Perfect.
But this could be done as a free action, no spell needed.
Perfect. Are you wanting to heal them all the way back up, or just the one time?
Yeah, I'll just be playing medic. While I'm using Healing Touch, I'll try to stop some of their bleedings with my medicine skill. But yeah, T is gonna get the fuck out of here, and pretty much right as he, like, the mind thrust goes out, Karen Forn drops. The combat lasted just long enough for Karen Forn to peter out.
I think that's the first time that we've actually ran that to the narration as
Mhm.
well.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any additional RP to close out your guys' shift here? As far as
What?
your 12-hour shift, no other things occur, but if there's anything you'd like to do while you're out on shift.
Listen, everybody. I'm limited in what I can do to heal you. Things happen. Things get more dangerous than this one. If we're all spread out like that again, I'm not going to be able to save you. I was put in a position where I either had to keep Raya safe or I had to keep Elite safe. And I was trying to do both, but couldn't. We need more teamwork.
I'm pretty much
Sure.
just gonna. I'm just gonna nod and go back to my post where I was and stand there, wait.
Glad we all made it out, though. T will go back and do the same. Yeah, at this time, right after the conversation, is when he's going to start treating to the NPCs.
Perfect. And since you said it's a free action, feel free, elites, and we'll say the NPCs get there by the end of the shift as well. Your HP would be all the way back up by the end of this. For video's sake, we'll say that's like 30 to 40-ish per person. I
Yep.
think Rejuvenor was down about 40 points. I think he was the heaviest hit because Philomeno
Yeah.
was pretty early.
So, effectively, T is just going to be focused on this task for the rest of the shift. That should give enough time to heal everybody up.
Yeah, I think you said it was what, like five minutes?
It's 10 minutes
10
per
minutes,
5
yeah.
health.
Yeah, and you guys effectively had about 2 or 3 hours left on your shift, so definitely easy to do. Aside from the strain on T, but definitely getting you guys back where you're not having to worry about hit points. Because meta-wise, remember, hit points are your character level every 8 hours of rest. So hit points do take a little bit of time to fully heal up if you don't have a healer in your party. So, okay, as your guys' shift comes to the end, like I said, there's not much overly unsettling aside from the planet itself. But you're able to close out your shelf and trade out with the next group. Go ahead and give me will saves.
That is a 23.
Perfect.
7.
What about you, Raya?
14.
Okay. Elite, as you're making your way back in, it seems like the environment itself, whether it's because of how much damage you took from this combat encounter or not, but you are starting to see things when they're not there. Especially like as you're making your way back in, it seems like enemies are coming, but none of the alarms sort of sound. So you're starting to second guess what you're seeing out on the field. Effectively, the environment itself has started to take hold in your mental state.
Can I do something here?
Is there
Maybe.
is there a condition tied to that?
More from a narrative standpoint. There might be times where I'm telling you there's something there that you don't see, or the rest of the party doesn't see. It's more of a narrative tool, not necessarily a mechanic disadvantage at the moment. Not to say that if this continues to progress that it could get worse, but...
Fair enough.
Basically, you're starting to hallucinate whenever you're out on shift.
Yes, because I do have a nanite integration, and I get a reroll against it looks like at least half of the conditions.
Yeah.
So
no official condition at the moment. Just more of a narrative piece for the moment. But T, if you had something, we could potentially go that route.
It likely won't similar to Elite's ability. This is more just generally applicable that I can make with people indefinitely. I'm going to form a healer's bond with Elite while I'm trading his wounds. Basically, it allows me to constantly sense their condition as per the status spell. So,
yeah,
whatever that means to you.
Yeah, I would say, T, you're picking up, and to be honest, this is something you've noticed with all of your old crew, is the sort of like hallucinogenic properties of the planet are starting to kick in. Like, you've experienced it yourself and been able to overcome it, but you can tell that Elite is starting to show some of those similar symptoms.
Okay. I won't mention anything until he does, but I can keep a monitor on him. I can have a healer's bond up on 3 people at a time, but any more removes the last person that was added.
Gotcha. Okay. As you guys make your way back to the OMAG, is there anything you guys would like to do to close out this portion of the evening?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I didn't dip too low or anything, so.
Okay. With that, we will end off session 29, part A. Thank you guys for playing, and we'll get into our favorite parts.